Jesus Christ. Alright, hello there. This is Mr. Pokemon 907. Welcome to this is effectively episode 12 of my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe slash Mario Kart 8.5 100cc playthrough. So let's get on with this. I think my camera is focused properly. I think so. Yeah, it is. Okay, Luigi. Okay. You know, everything is named after Mario, and you're like, yeah, I'm someone too. Alright, so I do think this needs, there it is. Gonna lock it there. That's way better lighting. Way better. Alright. So Grand Prix, 100cc. And who am I playing with this episode? I went with the previous episode. I went with Villager because, you know, the Animal Crossing Cup, the Animal Crossing stage, and I just had to. I could have played with anybody randomly, but I went with Villager there. Alright, so I went with one of the Koopalings in one of the previous episodes, Little Lemmy. I'm thinking about going with one again. And I always go ahead and play with one of these. So the one Larry. Alright, I barely ever choose Larry. Really. Alright, so let's see. I don't really use Larry as much as I maybe should. Available character right there and hardly ever used. Alright, so if I see a good enough speed here, GLA. Alright. Get a GLA car and button tires. Yeah, definitely fits. Alright, so the button tires, I'm gonna go with the gold glider. You know, all wealthy looking. Got our Mercedes Benz. Button tires are the suit for, you know, Larry's his comical appearance, his nature. Alright, so Bell Cup. Let's go on ahead, see how this goes, because Neobo's a city with this cart. This cart design mechanic is going to be very interesting. Oh, this is gorgeous. Removing all the unnatural lighting for those who, you know, haven't seen my previous episodes. This is what this is. I have a setting here, unique setting, when the camera removes all the natural lighting. So things don't just look like plastic scene with like light bouncing off of them. Everything has, you know, more realistic lighting to it. Oh god. How many episodes have I done that? And I'm supposed to be a pro Mario Kart racer, believe it or not. Watch it. Who's in first? Hold that. Alright. Alright, so get this for defense as early a clock as can. Alright, nice, yeah. It's doing fine. Still got a slight bit of the slipperiness from the rain, but it's not bad. It's not affecting us anyway too much. Alright, so second lap already. This is 100cc and this still feels so quick. Imagine 150, imagine 150cc once I get there. Blue shell, spiny shell, spiny shell. Oh, I've never seen that happen before. The second that we've been hit with the blue shell, the lightning kind of, you know, you go into the ear in a flip and you've got to recover after that. The lightning instantly caused me to spin out right after, so I had literally 0 seconds having to recover. That was awesome though. So what I'm gonna do after this, I don't really do it. I'm gonna, you know, hit the replay button. I want to see that in slow motion, see how that went. Alright, come on. We're gonna view that in slow motion, viewers. that was quite interesting. Never seen that before. I had this game for years. Alright. Drop that there. Okay, Ghosty. Taking my items away. Awesome, I know. practicing your privileges, Ghosty. I understand. Probably had to sign a contract with MKTV and all that. So we're definitely hitting replay, not just jumping to the next stage, because I was dying interesting. I'm gonna find that and watch that in slow motion. Alright. So view highlight reel. What the hell happened here? That was a bit, so we're gonna go before and to the last. Like, we're gonna go rewind it from the very start. And it's gotta be somewhere around here. Somewhere here. Yeah, that's very stunted. Oh, the thing that I hate about this though, the original Mario Kart 8 and Nintendo Wii U records everything in the race, but for some reason, I don't know why, maybe memory limitations or something, but the Nintendo Switch is supposed to be more powerful than the Wii U, right? Everything isn't recorded, so dang it, that's not in here. It's not in here. Just the major highlights: being hit by a red shell, me getting that green shell snipe, but the lightning strike is not in here, sadly. Alright, let's move on to the next race. This is why I still prefer the Wii U version. I definitely, I would buy a Wii U in 2026 or whenever. I would actually buy one. It's ridiculous what they did. A lot of this stuff. Nintendo Switch is really fine. They, you know, remastered everything. Just the other day we got Tales of Xillia from PlayStation 3 on Nintendo Switch 1, but you know, a lot of remasters, a lot of ports to the system, but still I would prefer the original Wii U for games like this. Even when you finish and you get your highlight reel, the highlight reel in the original Mario Kart 8 Wii U shows like highlights from every race that you've done in that cup. It's not just one race. The game records everything in real time. Not this one. You'd think this one does that and more, but hell knows, it's like one track and that's it. Kinda crazy. Alright. Alright. Let's get these coins. Get these coins. First lap of Wibber World was well done, I guess. Alright, get that coin. Hold this for dear life. Oh gosh, how did I miss my jump? Alright. Okay. Stunt. You gotta be careful with the stunts in this road though. It's really easy to boost off the course and, you know, end up falling off. That is not an intended pun to, you know, boost the course DLC. Alright, let's see. Get this. It's not an intended reference. Alright. So, final lap. Ooh, someone left a boost there. Nice, thank you. Alright. Start here. Get that flip. Watch it, wind up toys. Alright, so send that back, get my item, because once you have at least one coin, there's a very high percentile chance then that you'll also get some sort of defense item. You hear that, Larry? Not Larry King Live. Maybe he is a reference to Larry from Larry King Live. Who knows? I do think so, you know. Alright, possibly. Alright. Cool. So that's the end of race number 2. Now moving on to race number 3, effectively, of this Bell Cup. We haven't run up on the highlight for this cup as yet. Not as yet. So this is Super Bell Subway. There it is. I'd say this is the definite highlight. Alright. There we go. This is the reason for the bell, if you get what I'm saying. This is the highlight right here. And oh, I had a break there. I'm not risking even a hit. I want these coins. I'm not about losing coins so early in the race. Alright. 9. Still haven't gotten the maximum count as yet. Dropping that right there. Skillfully. Good. Getting that shell for defense. Alright, 10 coins. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. Oh gosh, I saw that coming. Alright. Shit. That's bad. That's terribly bad. Alright, so I lost 3 coins after that lightning strike. I'll hold this. Oh god. Stunt here. Then hold this instantly for defense. No hesitation. Alright. So final lap. Let's keep this distance here. Very important in any Mario Kart game that you make sure you keep your distance. Drive as well as you can. Collect those coins. Drift. And hold your defensive item for dear life. Ah. Dang it. Lost my speed there. Oh my god, game. Oh my gosh. Anytime you're taking a shortcut, the game makes sure to torture you, to freaking punish you for it. It's insane. I can't even get any speed quickly because we were in a... Ah gosh, there it is. So I at least had to hit the train once, huh? Then freaking Ghost takes my item. Yeah. Oh my god. I've got some good distance, so I think we're fine. Alright, there we go, there we go, there we go. Drop all 3. That was a nice race, to be honest. That was better than I've done, even in my own, spare time playing this track sometimes. Yeah, just look at Larry, though. Look at this lighting. This is perfect, ain't it? Perfect lighting. Everything is more realism. This lighting and stuff reminds me a bit of how when you play Kingdom Hearts 3 and you're in the Monstropolis, the verse where the monsters live. Yeah. Reminds me a bit of that. Alright, so next race. The way it looks on camera, I mean, not the original gameplay. With all the unnatural lighting, all the stupid glow. So removing the unnatural lighting is key. If you want your games to look, all as realistic as possible. So this is Big Blue. Awesome, awesome track. Whoa, Big Blue in first? Ahead of us? Alright. Not for long, fool. Alright. There we go. Get this boost. This is I'm quite sure this is a peek into the future that Nintendo gave us. Some sort of F-Zero crossover is near for Mario Kart. It so seems that way, and I'm excited for that. And that does happen for sure. Another something, if the gameplay audio is way too loud, acoustics is way different during the daytime. I'm playing during the daytime. Acoustics are all very indifferent during the daytime, and I was mostly playing at night. The episodes before this, I'm not sure how it affects me being possibly heard If that's the case, I'm gonna, obviously deal with the volume in the very next episode, and I do apologize about that. If the gameplay was, the gameplay audio was too loud, overpowering my voice in any way, that was not intended, of course. All the jets and stuff flying around the course in the background. Awesome track. They went into detail here. Highly appreciated. Alright, come on. Alright. There we go. Blue shell was too slow. And this is only 100. So imagine seeing me in 150. Right? Exactly. Alright, so there we go. Result screen. I still prefer the original Mario Kart 8 and Wii U. I mean, we have a total of... We have like 48 extra tracks on the Nintendo Switch, but most of them are either like fill-ins from Mario Kart Tour or like, like tracks from older games and stuff like that. If I really do want to enjoy myself and like, really get the 100% of that Mario Kart television feature where you can actually replay your tracks and stuff like that. You can see everything that happened in the track. I prefer the Wii U version. I do not prefer this. We have like the added level 3 drifting purple boost, level 3 boosting and stuff like that when you drift. They added new characters, of course, and new tracks, but for like technical features and stuff like that, I prefer the Wii U version for sure. I would expect. I thought I was gonna. I forgot there isn't an ending credits for that either. It's more so because those were just add-ons that were added to the Wii U version. They came with the game, the Nintendo Switch one, and that's it for this episode. So the very next episode, I'm gonna be highlighting too as well. I'm going to be moving on to the, just selecting for 6. I'm going to be moving on to the Booster Course DLC waves. So wave 1, episode 1 is going to be the Golden Dash Cup. And right off the bat, there is a tour episode, a tour track right there. Most of them have tour tracks in them, yeah. So that's it for this episode. Remember to click on that like button if you enjoyed the episode. Also, there is a comment section. You can say something in the comment section if you do, please. And as well, that button that says subscribe, there's no payment necessary right there, although it says subscribe. I do not know why to this day. I do not know why YouTube does not change that button to say follow, because it's all you're doing. There's no payment necessary. You're simply following my channel. You'd be notified whenever I upload new videos, make posts, stuff like that. And yeah, so until next episode, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whenever and wherever you're watching, until next episode,